Today, we build floating shelves for a tight niche in our house. We build them in a way that they can be easily adjusted and removed. And we will integrate LED lights into one of the shelves. We have this awkward small niche besides the chimney in our house. I would like to use that for storage. One of the items that I would like to put there are sustainers housing most of the tools that I need for everyday repair work around the house, like hanging pictures or smaller repairs. The sustainer is only a few millimeters smaller than the niche, so I can't build a frame to hold shelves, and to make things even more complicated, I would like to make the shelves adjustable. To get started, I use hot glue and some thin strips of foam in order to get the template of that niche. Living in an old house, we can safely assume that none of these angles is anywhere near 90 degrees. From the form, I take the angles and distances and cut shelves from 12mm plywood, matching the niche minus a few millimeters. If I would not want adjustable shelves, I could screw a bracket into the wall and place the pieces on top of these. To make the shelves adjustable, I create several excenter levers. You can find a ready-made template on my website, and I will add a link in the description to another video where I explain in detail how to create such a lever design. 4 of these excenter levers are mounted to the sides by drilling a hole and securing them with a dowel. To distribute pressure more evenly, I screw small wooden blocks to the board and hot glue a strip of MDF to their outside so that both levers are pressing against the thin wood strip and do not rub against the wall. While the shelves would work like this, the plywood edge doesn't look very pleasing. As most of the furniture next to the niche is made from oak and pine, I decided to edge bend the pine plywood with a few scrap pieces of oak. To give them a more interesting look, I structure them with a small disc on a power carving tool before gluing them to the edge of the plywood. Finally, I give the shelves a light sanding and apply 2 coats of oil. The shelves can now be put in place. I hold them in place and start to tighten the excenters a little bit. It is then easy to adjust them up or down and make sure that they are level. While the lower shelves are finished, I would like to cover the excenter levers for the upper shelves. To cover the underside of the shelves, I will use 6mm plywood with the edge covered by thin strips of oak, also structured in order to match the overall edge bending. I drill a shallow recess in some small scrap pieces of plywood with the same thickness as the ones I used for the excenters. Within that recess, I drill 2 holes for small rare earth magnets. Next, I screw these wooden blocks to the shelf. By putting washers on the magnets and a bit of epoxy on the washers, I glue them to the thin plywood. This way, the thin bottom clips easily to the shelf and is quickly removed. If the distance between the magnet and the washer is too wide, shim the wooden blocks with some cardboard to ensure a good fit. In one of the upper shelves, I would like to display some stuff and would like to use a spotlight to highlight it. I bought a small LED light from Amazon and cut a strip of plywood to the same thickness as this LED light. By cutting this piece in half, I create a frame that is exactly the size of the LED light. First, I will use this template to remove most of the material with a drill and a jigsaw. After the bulk of the material is removed, I use a flush trim bit on the router table to transfer the shape of my template to the shelf bottom. After squaring the corners with a chisel, the LED light can be pressed into the opening and is held in place by friction. With all the bottoms finished, the shelves can be installed. It is easy to adjust the position of the shelves, which will give us a lot of versatility in how we are going to use this space. Working with accenters was really fun, and it is impressive how much weight the shelves can hold. If you're interested in more projects and jig building videos, please subscribe to my channel.